What's poppin', everybody? This is Ray Rollins from the Ray Rollins Network, and I'm joined by Alex Payne as we continue the 31 Days of Halloween Cartoon Reviews Marathon. And I don't know if you want to call this a Halloween episode, but we can make the argument that it is. We're continuing with Rick and Morty, episode 2, The Lawnmower Dog. Now, I gotta say this before we even begin and give the episode breakdown. This is my second episode of Rick and Morty. Obviously, we're preparing for season 4. We're going to do reviews for season 4. A lot of people were telling me to check it out. So I'm finally doing it, man. And I'm late as hell to the party, but this episode really made me fall in love with it. I swear. But Alex Payne, give us the episode breakdown. What happens in episode 2, The Lawnmower Dog of Rick and Morty?
Well, I mean, I'm not really much later to the party. I mean, you're not much later to the party than I am because I only started watching it like a month ago, something like that. So we're about the same. But anyway, so this episode has two storylines going: the main plot and the side plot. I don't know which one is which. I guess the lawnmower dog is the side plot, but both the two stories are. The first one is that Rick gives the dog sentience just because, Jerry is tired of it pissing on the rug and wants it to, be a little bit more smarter. So the dog eventually keeps adding stuff on until eventually he becomes the overlord and starts to make this army of robot dogs that are trying to take over human life because of how they treated dog life. And the second story is Rick and Morty trying to incept Mr. Goldenfold to give Morty good grades, and it just, shenanigans ensue. Can't really say much more than that without going through everything, every single detail of the story, but they just keep going and dream after dream after dream of the people in Goldenfold's dream.
Man, I ain't even gotta lie. I got kind of confused, like whose dreams they were in, because they traveled through a whole bunch of dreams, man. I gotta say though, one thing that I love about this episode is motherfucking Scary Terry. That's my mother. I fucking love that dude. I love that dude. Knock off Freddy Krueger. And one thing that I noticed, because I watched this episode over again just to review it, is that like I love how they make. I guess you could say, I wouldn't say digs, but references to other franchises.
Oh
Like
yeah, they
obviously
do that a lot.
they reference Freddy Krueger with Scary Terry, and I don't know which franchise they were referencing at the end because they were talking about, oh yeah, I love to watch a show with that for like 11 minutes of pop that has a world full of intelligent dogs. I
They
really
probably
want
were
to say
just
I know.
they probably were just referencing the idea of a cartoon in general.
I don't know. I don't think so because it sounded very specific to me. It sounded very
Well,
specific to
actually,
me.
I could be wrong on this one, but if I remember correctly, the people who created this show did create a show where like dogs were, I think it was called Dog World or something, where dogs were in charge of the world. So actually, they might have been referencing that and how that didn't get picked up or
Oh shit. Yeah, that makes sense because he was like, man, I love to watch it. Stupid ass Rick.
whatever.
But I gotta say though, overall, I'm loving the series so far. Only 2 episodes in. Recording this in like a week in advance. I'm really feeling the series, man. I can't wait to season 4 kicks off. And obviously, I got a lot of
Yeah.
uh, a lot of a lot of episodes to watch as you destroy your background over there. But um, overall, first impressions though, what do you think about this episode?
Well, when I first watched it, because when I first watched Rick and Morty, because I guess we're turning into kind of that discussion in a way. I watched the first episode and I wasn't really I liked it, but I wasn't like I must
We're gonna
watch this.
save we're gonna save thoughts on that for the first impressions we're gonna do when this
Yeah,
is over though.
but what
So.
I'm saying is like I took some time before watching this one, like a few days, nothing too serious. But what I'm
Mm,
saying is this episode made me want to watch more of it. So my
yeah.
first impression is like I really enjoyed the depths of the story, I guess you could say. Like not necessarily in terms of like metaphors and all that other shit, just the idea of like it was a very well thought out and intricate idea done properly.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Because the whole idea
Yeah.
is I'm gonna go into people's dreams, but they never I never seen. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of ignorant for me to say because it's not like I watch too many dream inception type of things, but I never seen them go in the dreams of the people in the dreams. So.
Right. Same here. Same
And plus
here.
the scary
And it's
Terry
just
thing
like,
is hilarious too.
oh, of course. Yeah, and overall, it's a good series. Like, I can agree 100%. Like, this made me want to watch more of it. That's for sure. That's for sure. This made me want to watch more of the series. And hell, after I get off of here, that's what I'm finna do. But let's talk about favorite moments. So, what are some of your favorite moments for the episode?
Some of my favorite moments were, well, a lot of mine comes with the friggin' the dog, because like the first one is when he wakes up Summer and is like, where are my testicles, Summer? It's like they were moved. Where are they? That's just kind of hilarious to me because it just seems so like out of nowhere, and especially how he says it. It sounds like like a psychopath at the end of your bed. It's like, where's my money? It's just that was funny to me.
That's kind of what they were trying to play it up as, though.
And another funny thing with the dogs to me was when they already captured the family, and Jerry was saying something to the dog, and he was like, "You're being very aggressive, Jerry. We might have to fix that with some surgery." And the dog holding up the scissors, and he's like, "You think you're gonna control me with a haircut?"
Boy, if only he knew what he had planned for him. He's talking about snipping a nuts, boy. I gotta say, it's obvious, like, because we were talking about this the whole fucking yesterday before we planned on reviewing this. My favorite part of the episode all had to do with Scary's Harry. Like, the dog part is cool too, but obviously I like the main plot more, which obviously is their goal. But yeah. I just love the whole fact of like this freaking monster, the dude, chasing him around like Freddy Krueger, and they can't escape him, and he's just freaking hollering at they. Like, my favorite part is when they get into the car, right? They trying to get ready to drive off and shit. He just pops up out of nowhere, just buckle up, bitch, and getting ready. They hop out the car. Marty's like, oh man, he sure does say bitch a lot. I love that part. It's just like all the time, and that's when I started noticing that. I was like, yo, he does, don't he? And then that's like his whole thing, just to put bitch at the end of everything at the every time he talks.
I love when they gave him the pass and he was like, "Oh, bitch."
Oh, bitch.
I actually, when he first got in the gym, was like, "I'm late for school, bitch."
Oh no, I'm late for class, bitch. I love how when he comes in his house, right, and his wife's like doing the dishes and whatnot, she's like, "How was your day?" "Oh, I don't want to talk about it." "Oh yeah, you never want to talk about it." "Get off my back, bitch." I think that's the only time he properly used it. "Get off my back, bitch."
It was funny to me when she grabbed the kid. It was like, "Out there, not in here." I know.
He hugs him and kisses him. He's like, man, I shouldn't take it out on like you and Scary Brandon. It's just like, I fucking love it. I love the character so much. I really wish they do more with
the swords, as they aptly point out, with the swords. I imagine fingering would not be fun.
Oh no! I don't think he does that. That's his wife.
I don't think his wife would enjoy it. But then again, maybe they're designed for that, man. But
I don't know. I'm kind of like, I just wonder how he does it too, because it's just like, man, you can't put those things away or take them off. I don't know. It is what it is. As long as he's able to make kids, I suppose, and he keeps saying "bitch," I'm happy. But bitch. I just like how he runs around and he's just killing everybody in all the dreams. Like, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate that song. Zoom, chops that off, and then he's just freaking chopping everything with them damn hands. He's like, these halves don't deserve to be together, bitch. Sex is sacred, bitch.
You're gonna give Morty good grades, bitch. One
I
of
just
my
like
fa-
how the teacher. I like how the teachers wake up. He's like, "Oh Lord, goddamn." He's- I like, you know what, man, and I'm gonna say this in the first reactions that we do, but I love the fact that they have a black teacher. I fucking love it, and like I just love it when they like let the ghetto-ness show for a little bit. Like when he was giving them and this is in episode 1, but I'm gonna reference it here. When he's passing out the quiz, he said something. I'm like, yo, that sounds like a real black person, like someone from my family saying that shit. I love it, but you don't see many black teachers in any show, so they get a big salute from me for that.
one of my another one of my favorite moments though is because like they saw sexy Summer in the orgy dream, and and then when they went to save them, Summer went and hugged Morty and like pretty much jammed his face in between her tits, and he like pushed her away disgusted. That was
Oh
funny.
yeah, oh yeah. And then Rick shows up and whatnot. He's like, let's make an intergenerational sandwich. And he's like, oh my god, put some clothes on for the love of God. Oh Lord. You know, it's crazy. Like everything with this episode in comparison with episode 1. Like Rick in episode 1 came off to me to be like a real fucking asshole, which he is. But
No, he definitely
I
did.
I started rooting for him more in this episode because he does care about Morty. All that shit was for Morty that he did. Obviously, he's doing some science shit too. But I just like the whole fact that when a teacher just popped up, finally woke up from the dream, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give him good grades, da da da, woo woo woo." And he finally walks off. Like you see Rick and Morty in the background, they do a little fist bump, little dap, boop. Just like that's just like cemented it for me. Like, you know what? I fuck with Rick now. He cool. He cool. Like he did all that for Morty, man. That's what's up. That's what made me like Rick more as a character. Any more final thoughts before we get into the review? Favorite moments and all that.
No, I think I covered everything.
I think we got a reference to like the ending, how it all ended and whatnot. When Rick had gave Marty like these sleeping pills and whatnot, or waking up pills, whatever you want to call them. They actually shut down his kidneys, and you know how Snowball or Snuffles had to give everything up just to save him. And he was like, "Man, would they do that for us?"
We're
That's
not
what one of his
them.
people. Yeah, exactly, because Lord knows humans wouldn't do shit like that for the dog. They just let the damn dog die. At least the people I know. So, and I can't blame him because it's a lot of money, man. It really is. It's a lot of fucking money. So, but obviously that's how everything gets changed back to normal, and then that's where Rick makes his whole other reference to whatever show that is out there, because they do, I guess, end up go to a different planet or whatever, a different world or
Yeah.
whatnot. So, but we just had to make a little reference to that. Had to close it out the right way. But
Yeah.
what are your final thoughts in your final review?
Really good episode. It's the episode that really made me want to watch the series consistently. Um, and yeah, I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. Really funny episode. I think I'm gonna have to give it I think I'm gonna give it an
Damn, you're always choosing my ratings, man.
8.
Always, because I was gonna say the same thing. Like, I wanna say too. For 30 minutes, they pile a lot in 30 minutes. They really do, or they did with this episode. And it's kind of like a shame how other series like Family Guy and The Simpsons, they used to be able to do it. Maybe that's a stretch even saying that. But in comparison to this, like this blows those series out of the water. And we'll have a whole podcast talking about that because that's what I want to talk to you about. But they accomplished a lot in under 30 minutes. They got two fully told stories out in 30 minutes. And that's what really impressed me with this episode. Introduced us to some real cool side characters, Snuffles and Scary Terry, who I really wish they would bring back. I really want them to bring back, but bring Scary Terry back, bitch. But my final ratings right there with you in 8. It was all pretty good. They told stories how they're supposed to be told. Good beginnings, endings, good build up to the climax, and all that shit. Morty's gonna get good grades thanks to Rick. And like I said, they changed my whole opinion on Rick of being an asshole to kind of liking the character a little bit more. I'm like, man, this dude's a fucking asshole in episode 1, but he's doing all that shit for Morty. Seeing them dap at the end, I'm like, oh shit, that's what's up. I fuck with Rick now. I fuck with Rick. So overall, like you said, I'm gonna give it an 8 right along with you. But that's it for this Rick and Morty episode 2 Lawnmower Dog review as we move on to the 31 days of Halloween cartoons marathon and all that good shit. My name's Ray Rollins. He's Alex Payne. We will see you as we continue this journey. Peace.